That's enough. That's a nope, nope, nope. Not. Oh dear. Hello my lovely friends, it's Margaret and it is time for another haul. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about all of the books that I purchased / received in the December adjacent area. Most of these I got in December. Some of these, like, they came in January. Some of these I bought in January, but I figured I was just gonna throw them in now because I have them. And I was waiting on a specific book to come in, and it has not come in. Well, I was waiting on 3 books to come in, and two of them have come in, and one of them I have no idea what's going on with it. So I'm just gonna move forward as though I have everything I was expecting. That was a long-winded way to say that I have gotten enough books because of Christmas and my birthday for a decent-sized haul. I maybe went a little bit wild when it came to ordering books for myself because it was my birthday last month, and so just that's my excuse. That is my excuse. I'm gonna start out with the ones that other people bought for me because other people are lovely and I love them. Also, you can't see him because he's a little off camera, but I guess he's technically part of my Christmas / birthday haul because I got him from Brianna at Coffee Books at Bullet Journals. She felt Peggy needed a friend. Now, I kind of forgot that he's a little bit of a spoiler if you haven't seen Endgame, so maybe I shouldn't have picked this particular pop for my Avengers Initiative pictures, but it's my favorite thing that has ever happened in the Marvel Universe, so she's maybe not my favorite thing, because that was funny, and funny things usually get to me more than emotional things, but like the catharsis when that moment happened in Endgame. We were all Thor in that moment. We were all Thor. Moving on to books, because I got books. I got All American Boys by Jason Reynolds from Kara over at Wild Book Garden. She got me this. Oh, it's Jason Reynolds and Brendan Kelly. Oh, okay, so the plot of this book makes a whole lot more sense now that I realize that there are 2 authors. Okay, so I haven't read this one yet. I've been eyeing it at my thrift store, or I was eyeing it at my thrift store last year, but I just didn't want to get a copy that had crayon over the front of it because that's what my thrift store does, and I'm still mad about it, and I don't understand why they can't just pop it open, write the price in there like normal people do. Sorry, rant aside, this is about, I believe it's about, let's see, Rashad and Quinn, and it sounds like Rashad is black and Quinn is white, and there is an incident that happens with Rashad, and so it's these 2 boys examining, confronting, dealing with their community after this incident has happened. So I've read a couple of Jason Reynolds books, and my favorite so far, I think I've only read, this would be my 3rd, I've read The Long Way Down, and I've read The Boy in the Black Suit. The Boy in the Black Suit was quite possibly a perfect book. I mean, yes, there was only one main female character, and she was there as the love interest, but she had her own, like, she wasn't just there as the love interest, if that makes sense. I appreciated that, and it wasn't about him falling in love with her or any of that stuff, blah, blah, blah. It was so good, and Kara saw me talking about that, and she's like, well, you have another Jason Reynolds book on your wish list, which I should probably go make sure that that was taken off of my wish list now that I have it, so no one else accidentally buys it to me. Nobody's ever looking at my wish list. What am I expecting? Anyways, she saw this, she wanted to get it for me, and she did. The next book was sent to me by Merritt over at Merritt Worthy, and that is Coral by Sarah Ella. From what I understand, this is a Little Mermaid retelling based on the original Hans Christian Andersen story, which I knew it was a Little Mermaid retelling, hadn't gotten to that part, and if anyone remembers that one, the original Hans Christian Andersen story is sad. I may have made a mistake in this, but it's about 2 girls and a guy, and one of them seems to be actually a mermaid. Okay, yes, one of them is actually a mermaid, one of them is a normal human girl, and then we have a boy and it takes place in San Francisco. And I'm interested to see how she takes that, like, original kind of thing that was going on in the original Little Mermaid and uses it to explore. It says it's going to explore mental health and what it means to be human in a world where humanity often seems lost. I am intrigued. I've read one other book by Sarah Ella before. I haven't finished the rest of the series, so maybe I didn't enjoy it as much as I remember enjoying it, but I did like it. I thought it was a pretty decent debut novel, so I'm excited to see what she has done. I think this is her 4th book that she's written, so I'm excited to see where we go 4 books in. So the next 2 books that we're going to be talking about are the group books for the Avengers Initiative Readathon Reading Challenge. Reading Challenge, Margaret. It is a reading challenge. It's not a readathon because it's going all year long, and I just... Anyway, so the first one is Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. Have I paused my bookly? I was literally listening to this as I was getting ready to film this video and gathering my books and all that, and I wanted to, I keep track of how much time it takes me to finish books, because thanks to Bookly. Anyways, best $4.99 I ever spent. So this is really, really good. I am loving the way that Tracy Deonn has taken the real world and this magic system that she has dreamed of, and she's letting them influence and comment on each other. I just find that fascinating and so well done. We are following Bree. Her mother was killed, and then Bree uncovers some memories that lead her to believe that she maybe doesn't have all of the knowledge or the facts or the truth of how her mother died, because it turns out that there are people from this magic secret society that are involved in her mother's death, and so she's going to try and join this magic secret society as one of the Legendborn so that she can get answered. I am loving the romance, I am loving the world and the magic system, and it's just so intricate, and she's pulling from so many things, and the fact that this is a debut novel is amazing. This cannot be the first book that Tracy Deonn has written. She has probably been working on this for a decade at least, just because it is so well crafted. You can tell she knows how to write, and she's really been paying attention with how you write a good story. That's the group book for January. The group book for February is going to be Slay by Brittany Morris, which is kind of funny because I'm pretty sure when I read Slay last year, it was in February. Doesn't matter. I'm going to enjoy it. So this is our group book for February for the Avengers Initiative Reading Challenge. We're trying to make sure that all of the group books we pick fit with the characters that we are releasing each month. So this is going to be for February's characters. We have not released those characters yet. They will be released on January 18th, because you need some time to plan. I believe we're releasing those on January 18th, and we felt like this was a good fit for who we have chosen for the mission logs that are coming out in February. If you don't know, this is one of my favorite books of 2020. I think it was so good and so well written. It is about Kiera. She is a black gamer who created her own game because she was tired of not seeing herself and her culture in fantasy games. She decided she was going to take things into her own hands, and she went and she did it, and it is so good. It's about kind of what happens when her game comes to light in the media and people actually discover that it exists because of this murder that happens between 2 people who are players in the game. Like, there's a real life murder that happens over things that happened in the game, or I don't know if that's a spoiler. Why? I'm not sure if that is a spoiler, but there's a whole big controversy because she created this as a safe space for black gamers, and so she's very, like, you have to have an invite code, you have to be recommended by someone you know in order to play this game, and so people are sitting there going, well, it's kind of exclusionary, like secret societies don't exist, or you can't get into them unless you know a member. I'm just saying, it's really good. There is a thing, and still not over the absolute just sideswipe this book pulled on me last year, because I was loving it, but I was not expecting it to just completely turn everything upside down for me, and it did. And if you've read it, you know what I'm talking about. Right, now we're getting into some of the books that I got for myself. I found a paperback copy of Before the Devil Breaks You by Le Bray. I'm pretty sure I am not keeping this, because looking in it, it's not the edition I thought it was going to be. I really want to own these books. However, at the moment, the edition that they have all of the books out in, which I actually kind of like. I like this style. I like these covers. I know some people do not. Hold on. Get my face out of there. I do like these kind of almost abstract, very spooky, eerie covers. So I want them in this version. But right now, they do not have this in paperback from the same publisher that has the US paperbacks for the first 2 books. So you can only get the hardcover of this one and the last book. And I'm just... when do we get the paperbacks? I don't actually know who published this, because it's not Adam. I mean, Adam is the one that did this, but I don't know who originally published this. Oh, this is Balzer and Bray. When are we getting them, Balzer and Bray? I also got Storm of Locusts by Rebecca Roanhorse because Trail of Lightning just needed a friend. It did. I had Trail of Lightning. I was like, you know what? We're gonna get this now too because I have extra money this month and it's Christmas and yeah, it's my birthday. So I got this. This is about Maggie Hosky. It's the second book in the Sixth World series. I'm waiting for book 3. It takes people time to write books, I know, but I still have questions that need answered. This is about Maggie Hosky. She is a monster hunter. It is a retelling or reimagining of certain aspects of a Navajo mythology because Rebecca Roanhorse's husband, if you don't know, he is from the Navajo Nation. She is not, but she is still indigenous. I love the way that she has used legend to create this world and these characters and the way that she brings it into the story. I had so much fun reading these books. Maggie is one of the best written female characters I have come across in the last year or so. I just, like, she's the female badass done so well. People get on Maggie Hosky as being unlikable, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, ma'am, her life is a wreck, just like my life is a wreck. How is that not relatable? Speaking of Jason Reynolds, I probably should have mentioned this when I was talking about Jason Reynolds, but because I know I like Jason Reynolds' work, I happened to see this at Barnes & Noble the other day, and so I picked it up. It's stamped Racism, Anti-Racism, and You by Jason Reynolds and Ibram X. Kendi. This is the YA version of Stamped, and I don't know the full byline by Ibram X. Kendi. I saw this one. I don't know why I picked this one up instead of the other one. I just saw this one first, and so I was like, yes, we're going to go ahead and get that. Also, adult fiction or adult nonfiction is so much more expensive. I say that as someone who has recently discovered that she likes nonfiction or has discovered nonfiction that she likes and has been trying to purchase it, and it's just painful at times. Books are very expensive. I'm not going to say much more about this because it's there in the subtitle. We are moving on to my favorite purchases of this month. I'll go with my second favorite, and that is I found on Book Depository a copy of the Six of Crows and Shadow and Bone special editions. I didn't even know this existed. I knew this existed and they had it and I was like, oh yes, let's go. I am doing the Booked Kingdom or Booked Kingdom. I think I say it Booked because crooked. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm doing the read-along. I need to get rid of these stickers, but I'm doing the read-along that they're doing where we're going through the Shadow and Bone trilogy. We're going through the Six of Crows duology, which is gonna be a trilogy if Lee gets her way. Anyways, and the King of Scars and something with wolves is the Nikolai duology or series or whatever it is. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't picked it up and read it yet. Anyways, this follows Alina and she discovers that she has magical powers and then is required to maybe change the world. It just doesn't go well for her after she discovers magical powers. It never goes well for anyone after they discover they have magical powers, does it truly? Look at how pretty, like, the inside is. It's so shiny and lovely. And anyways, so what's gonna happen is I am going to be reading this soon. Probably maybe this weekend, next weekend, I'm not sure, but I love the look of tabs on sprayed edges, so I cannot wait to like tab this up and take my notes, because there is a reading vlog that's going to come out of me rereading this trilogy, because I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it, and I have thoughts about some of the things people say about one of the characters, and I'm just like, I don't understand. I'm not going to go further because I don't want to spoil this vlog. And then Six of Crows. This is the first thing I read by Leigh Bardugo. I was at Target one day and I saw Six of Crows and I'd gone to go get a John Green book or something and it wasn't there. Or the version, I don't remember what it was. Oh, I was looking for signatures to see if I could find a Hanklerfish or something like that. And there was not one, and I already had like 3 copies of Turtles All the Way Down. I only have one now. I got rid of the other 2. It's a long story, okay? The story behind me getting into Six of Crows was I bought it at Target because I wanted to buy a book, and I'd just been watching some booktube videos, and you should never go to the book aisle when you've been watching booktube videos, but I absolutely adored it. This is by far my favorite Leigh Bardugo thing that has ever been Leigh Bardugo'd. I just love this series, which is why I'm so excited that she has plans, if she can, to write a 3rd book, if they will let her. I am not done with this world. I just need more of Kaz and Inej. I need to know, I need to see further how they go, where they go, what's going on with them. I'm going to annotate the frack out of this book because I love it so much, and that's what happens when I reread books that I love. I should be having a copy of Crooked Kingdom coming my way that matches this. I actually have not ordered that copy, or I only just ordered that copy because I was able to find copies of this. But I don't know where it is, and I don't know why it's still processing, and so we'll see what happens, but maybe you'll see it in the next haul, and maybe you won't. I'm gonna regret this because I've used almost the entire time. Why did I do this? Okay, so my favorite purchase that I made in the month of December. I just have so much joy. This actually came way earlier than I thought it was gonna come, but I got Truthwitch. Oh, that's the map. Wind Witch and Blood Witch of I, Susan Dennard. So this one was my favorite book of 2019, just because there's a moment in chapter 54 or 57 or 59. It's a 5 number. I could look it up, but I don't have time. I'm almost out of recording time, so we're not going to look it up. But there is a moment in here that is exactly like just my thing. There is no single thing you can do with a couple that will make me more love you than when you do what we got. And it was like 3 seconds of absolute pure bliss for me, and then not, because everything was happening all at once, and now they're separated again, and I'm just mad about it, but you know, like, I'm trash for this couple. Truthwitch. This is the first book. It is about Sophie. The second book is about Merrick. I love him. And then this is kind of like Adwin's book, because I think the next book, Witch Shadow, is supposed to be Isolt's book. But like, so the way it works is we start out with Sophie and we slowly build, because we meet everyone, oh my gosh, we meet everyone in book 1, and then we kind of just slowly add people to the thing, and no one should ever be mean to Merrick, and I stand by that. Anyways, so it's about Sophie. She is a truth witch, and there are not a lot of truth witches. And she's been kind of hiding the fact that she is a truth witch, because if people find out that she is a truth witch, they're going to want to, like, keep her and kidnap her and all kinds of things, because they know that she can be useful for political purposes, because she knows when people are lying and all of that good stuff. And so there was a whole bunch of stuff that went down in this series, and I'm ready for the next book, and I get that's just all you need to know about this series, that yeah, stuff happens, and she gets kidnapped, sort of, by her uncle. Okay, so it's not really kidnapping, it's that people were finding out, or someone had found out that she was a truth witch, and so her uncle's like, you know what, I'm just gonna, like, spirit you away on this ship that's run by this guy, and she's not having any of it, and he's just trying to get his people in a good place, and he needs the money that's gonna come from this, and it's, yes, okay, I'm gonna stop using them like they're puppets or something. I love it. I love this series. I'm so happy that I finally own the first 3 books, and I cannot wait for book 4 to come out. That's me. Okay. There's not room for this. How is there not room for this? Those are the books that I got this last month. Not as many as I would have liked, obviously, because I just want to own all of my favorite books, but we gotta deal with the fact that we only have so much room. Yep. I need bigger bookshelves. More bookshelves, and a bigger room. But that's not happening anytime soon. So, here we are. Let me know if you've read any of these, if you enjoyed any of them, especially the ones that, like, I haven't read yet, that I might want some feedback on. That's the word, feedback. I think I've read most of these, though. I think there's only 1, 2. There are 2.5 books, 3.5 books on these shelves that I have not read. I'm proud of myself. If you don't know, my book buying philosophy is I don't like buying books unless I have read them and know I like them, because if I don't like a book, I really don't want it on my shelf. I'm usually a little bit less hesitant if I already know the author and I know I like stuff by them, or if it's nonfiction. If you are not feeling chatty, just let me know down in the comments. Leave me a book emoji to let me know that you got to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, there will be videos over here that you could check out to see more stuff on my channel. Maybe actually hear my thoughts on some books that never mind. I've already read all of these, so like more books that I've read. You can hear thoughts on more books that I've read. That is it for now, my friends. Happy reading, and I will see you later when we will talk about more wordy, nerdy things. Bye!